Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the GFI Racing League podcast. This is our winner interviews episode. I'm your host, Nick Norris, driver the number 16 for the TAG E-Racing team. Can't wait to get into all these interviews. We've got our Week 17 Cup winner at Road America, and then our opening race winners for the first week of our new series that we got going. So can't wait to get into these. Let's go ahead and get started with our Cup race winner. All right, we're now joined by Eric LeBombard in the number 70, drives for a new team that's here. I think it's your team, P2RD, and he's our Cup winner at Road America, led 9 laps, got the fastest lap, and qualified on pole. And this was your first race, first win. I've been here for weeks, many of us have, and quite frankly, you kind of took us to school. Tell us a little bit about this win and your experience.
Well, I never really thought of myself as a road course driver, but
surprising.
Turns out I actually fared pretty well here. I was lucky enough to not make any major mistakes other than just lap 1. So, just overall, just pretty fast car and a track that suit me well.
What experience do you have that you think helped you today?
Probably just understanding of the new tire and brake system that was introduced this season to iRacing. I saw, my main competition, William was struggling with brake temperature the whole race while I was not. So it was mainly just being able to manage all my stuff. That's what led me to take just no tires in the final stop and get the advantage on them.
So that kind of leads me into a question, because I didn't really hit on the understanding the tires or brakes either. How could you tell that the brakes were heating up or wearing?
You could tell because even when I sometimes pushed back my braking zone, I had no lockups at all. Meanwhile, I saw William, he had to stick pretty much to the one braking zone the whole time, and when he did push it further, he struggled with braking for the next couple corners. So I was under the limit for the majority of that race, and when I finally did push to my limit, that's when I was able to drive away.
And you had to battle with William Robbins in the number 28 for this. What was that like?
Well, he was a great driver. He was very respectful, never really made any contact.
Cool.
We had fun, so I think we could have a very friendly rivalry going through here across the season.
Sweet, that'll be fun to see. And what was your strategy going into the race, and did it change?
Strategy was just don't wreck the car and then hit whenever I had no fuel. There was pretty much no tire strategy because I had no idea what I was going in for. I just winged it.
Well, that's a pretty simple strategy. I kind of tried that same one, but it did not work out as good for me as it did for you, obviously. What are some races that you're looking forward to in the season? I don't believe you've met the race minimum, so this doesn't lock you into the playoffs, but what are some other chances you think you have to win in the Cup Series?
Well, maybe the 2 other road courses on the schedule in about 2 weeks here, Chicago Street Course and Sonoma. Maybe I can, do a Gisbergen just to see on those, but I think I can be a solid contender at ovals too.
Okay, is there any place that maybe makes you nervous or your confidence isn't as high at?
Later in the season, I think we got Darlington. Not really been one of my best tracks.
I'm with you there.
Looking forward to New Hampshire. That will be my home race, so looking forward to fighting for the win there. That's pretty late in season though.
Oh, cool. I'll try to tell Austin to keep the camera on you there and see how you do. Well, one last question for you before we get you out of here. What's one thing other drivers can learn from you?
Just don't lose your cool in the car. It's really easy, especially making mistakes like I did on lap 1. You just got to never lose your cool.
Yeah.
I was 12 seconds off the leader after that incident, but I just kept driving like, I was a lap in front of the entire field, and that's what, that's what got me the win.
Yeah, stuff like that can drag you into decisions that you regret later, or errors and mistakes that drag you back, and it's just best to stay cool, calm, and collected. That's a great tip. I totally agree. Anything else that you want to say before we get you out of here?
Nope, I think I'm good.
All right, well, congratulations on the win. Can't wait to see where you might get the next one. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
See ya. Fun first interview there with Eric. Hope y'all enjoyed that one. I definitely did. He left us with some great tips to utilize, and he ran a great race on that road course, so wonderful job again, Eric. Congrats. Let's go ahead and move on to our truck race winner interview for the opening race, Sean Purcell. All right, we're now joined by Sean Purcell, driver the number 74 for FHR, and winner of the truck opening race at Auto Club. Congratulations on that. You started P10, set the fastest lap of the race, and led 27 laps. What did it come down to for you to win this race?
Oh, just my classic formula. Start mid-pack because I don't have the top-end pace of some others, but just execute all day, both on track, consistent pace, tire saving, fuel saving, enter pit road clean, get in the box clean, get out clean. That's really all it took, and I made less mistakes than everybody else and came out at the end, just cycled to the front through the pit cycles and just drove away with it, luckily.
So I've got a question for you. Sometimes I start in the top 10, top 5, and I don't go nowhere. I go a little bit forward or I go a little bit backward. What could I do to improve my race strategy?
Well, especially at a track like that where it's 2 miles and in these trucks where it's a lot of just aero and downforce, you just gotta be really patient. Don't push it too hard and burn up your tires trying to run up the track or to get around people. Just what I did was just stuck to the bottom, saved the tires, and then I'd be in the draft still, so I didn't lose or gain any spots for 10 plus laps. But once those tires start to wear in, you'll have an advantage and can start making moves underneath people. So you're still saving your tires, but actually making passes. So it's really just a lot of patience and not being in a rush to change your position. You got to be content with kind of just trusting the process instead of trying to get immediate results.
And you've got a great process. You won the opening race for the Xfinity season that we had, and now again in the trucks. How does that unique accomplishment feel?
Well, it feels pretty good. I just need to have a few less catastrophes than I did in the Xfinity series, and maybe I can hold on to the points lead this time by.
That's my next question. With a great setup for the season, where are some tracks you know you need to run well to not fall behind?
Oh boy. I mean, it's not a bad schedule for me, but there's definitely some potential trap races.
Hmm.
We've got Daytona in a couple weeks, and that one I'm usually good at speedways, but one other person's mistake and your race could be over.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, the Chicago Street Course I just need to survive at. Actually, this schedule is extremely good for my strengths. It's just Chicago Street Course, especially with my brother being so fast at street courses and other tracks. I need to do better than him at the ovals when I can, so that I have a bit of a buffer for the guaranteed drop in points I'll have compared to him at Chicago.
Well, that doesn't bode well for me because I thought these tracks set up a great performance for myself, but I know I'm going to have you to beat out there, so it's going to be interesting to see if I can get one and how many you end up getting. So, would you like to would you title yourself as the fuel mileage and tire guy, or no?
I mean, it is kind of my bread and butter. I think it's more instead of just the fuel mileage and titles, I think, or tires, sorry, it's more of a stick to the plan kind of guy. Like, I'm sure there's people that save more fuel or save more tires, but I can just stick to the plan and execute what I want to do with a good balance of pace and saving to get the end result I need.
Well, if anybody picks up Sean's book of plans, let me know. And is there anything that you'd like to say before we get you out of here?
Yeah, shout out to FHR and my teammates Dominic Freppier and Dylan Hartman. They signed me to the team when I was a free agent, and hope I'm doing them proud.
Oh, I've been saying his name wrong. It's Frappier, my bad. He had an interview as well this
I
week.
just like to say it that way.
Oh, dang. Now I don't know what I'm doing. But anyways, congratulations on the win in the truck series. Can't wait to see when we might talk to you next. Take care.
Yeah, thanks.
Another great interview with Sean. He's always really fun to talk to. He just gets really interesting and impressive wins, whether it's fuel mileage, saving tires, or whatnot. He just does a great job with these plans that he has, and he just executes very well, like he talked about. So it's always fun to get some tips from him. Now let's go ahead and get on into our road interview. We only have the GTP winner for you. We weren't able to schedule with a GT3 winner. So let's go ahead and get on into this with Kyle Hayne. All right, we're now joined by Kyle Hayne, driver the number 91 for SCR and winner of the first road race with GTP and GT3 cars. He's our GTP class winner in his Porsche. So tell us a little bit about your race. You qualified on pole. How was that tough? How did you get a handle on this car?
Yeah, experience is the big key in being fast in this league, sort of. Most of the drivers in road are coming from the oval side of the league, like I said, I think last week's interview. And, well, yeah, experience is key for driving this car especially, or this type of car, GTP. since it's a lot more sketchy than GT3 that we drove last season. And the traction control, it sort of helps, but it also kind of makes it worse for me, in my opinion. And getting on pole by like I think 1.7 seconds was pretty fun. Tyler Carson, he got a really good start. He went 3 wide on the main straight going into turn 1. And I braked a little bit too late and almost went into Michael Shaw, my teammate. So Tyler slipped up the inside, and then cold tires are pretty rough in these cars, so he spun. Obviously not really on purpose. You don't really want to spin on purpose. So yeah, it probably could have been a good battle with Tyler, but it's just unfortunate that it happened to him.
And for people that might be learning the car, what's a tip or some advice that you'd have for them? Some things that maybe you utilize to stay in the lead and stay in control of these things?
The best thing is just learning how to drive on cold tires. The first 2.5 laps usually is just, it's really slippery and easy to snap basically out of nowhere. And the main thing is just obviously getting the handle of the cold tires. And later in the stints, the tires are basically kind of like they were when they were on cold tires. So that's the big thing, just tires and making sure you actually know how to save it if it tries to snap on you.
All right. Well, looking forward to next week and what may happen. I mean, this race, there was an incident early that slowed down and took out a couple people. So we'll see what can happen next week if we don't have such events, at least that early, how long the race can go and who can really be in contention. Maybe someone can give you a good battle. Maybe not. I mean, maybe you're just going to keep winning. You're really good in these cars. You're really strong on road, got a lot of experience and a lot of time, and you use it. So congrats on the win. Is there anything that you want to say before we get you out of here?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who or what happened on the first lap, but
Who? Yeah, I don't know. Some guy that just does not got it together.
the last name was like Norris or something, but I don't know.
Terrible
Something
last name.
Yeah. 52-second win is quite something, but yeah, experience is the biggest key for these cars. If you wanna get into the driving those.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations again. See you later. I'm sure we'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you.
So talking to Kyle Hayne again for the umpteenth week in a row or whatnot, he's just really good at executing on these road races. He's, I guess, what you'd call a young gun, just super fast, a lot of experience and time in multiple road cars, and puts it all together to get these wins in this league and this series. So congratulations again, Kyle. Now let's go ahead and get into our SK Modified interview. Dylan Hartman had a scheduling issue and was not available, so we're going to be talking to his teammate Dominic the Hammer Frappier, and we do not have an interview for Gen 4. We weren't able to schedule that one, so this will be our last interview. Hope you all enjoy it. All right, well, I thought we were going to be joined by Dylan Hartman, who actually won the race, drives the number 90 for FHR, but he's unavailable, so we're joined by his teammate Dominic Frappier, and drives the number 47 for FHR. Tell us a little bit about this first SK Modified race. Did you enjoy it? What'd you think?
It was pretty good. Led a lot of laps, almost every lap.
Which you often do on short tracks. I see you post some of your results, and you get quite a few wins in Legends as well on short tracks. Is it a strength for you?
Yeah, I race it in real life. I've raced it for like my whole life.
Okay. What do you race in real life?
Pro League models and street stocks.
And if people wanted to come watch your race, where could they do that?
Anywhere in New Hampshire and Maine.
Okay.
Oxford soon, maybe.
And back to Dylan and his performance. What did you think of his day? How did he get this win? What did he utilize?
Me wrecking.
Aww.
Or me getting wrecked.
Uh-oh. Well, sometimes a tough day for one teammate can be good for another, and y'all did get the win. You got the points, even though one car was wrecked out, so congratulations to that. That puts you in a good place for team points and contending for the championship at the end of these 12 weeks.
Yeah, we got a good shot.
Do you think you'll win it? Are there any tracks you're worried about, or any tracks that you're pretty sure that y'all will win on?
I mean, I've ran about every track like 100 times that I put on the schedule.
Oh, wow.
Got most of them down.
Okay. Do you think you might be the most experienced one in the field when it comes to track time?
I'd say so. It's me and Dylan.
Okay. And Dylan as well, a really good short track racer. I think it was North Wilkesboro that he got in Cup about 20 minutes before and went out and won the thing. Maybe I'm confusing the tracks or the cars, but I know he did something similar to that. Do you remember what I'm
National
talking about?
Fairground.
Yeah,
The
that's
National Fairground.
right. That is right. Had the maybe least amount of track time in practice, but went out there and beat all of us. Why do you think short tracks continue to be a strength for y'all?
That's whenever we're home, that's all we do.
Okay.
If we don't race Cup, we'll do like a Draft Masters once.
Do y'all have a favorite car that you perform the best in?
He's probably late model, and
Okay.
I'm probably SK.
Okay, so this is a series that suits you pretty well.
Yeah, I ran the late models or 2 seasons ago with this, and I won the championship. I won like 5 races, I think.
Well, then, let's go ahead and assume that you're going to win some races, and I'll talk to you sometimes later. How many do you think you will win by the end of the season?
I'm shooting like 5 or 6.
Wow, okay, we'll check back in on this. And say you do get those 5 or 6, how many you think Dylan gets? You think he gets the other 6?
I mean, he's already got 1. He might. There might be some other people in there that can sneak one in.
Who do you think is y'all's toughest competition out there, the other cars to beat, the other teams?
Lucas Martin.
Okay. And he drives for SCR, I believe. They're a pretty strong team.
Yeah, pretty good at one thing.
Winning?
I don't get into that.
Fair enough.
For another story.
They do have a lot of wins, pretty strong drivers on that team. But every team does suffer some challenges and some hard days, so that comes along at some point in a race. And terrific win for y'all. Congratulations to the team. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about before we got you out of here?
No.
Awesome. Okay, well, I'm glad we're all caught up.
I'll be seeing you next week. Trust me.
Okay. I will count
We'll
on
get
it.
that Stafford win.
And if you're not who I'm interviewing, I'm going to be pretty upset, and I'm going to have to tell whoever I'm interviewing that it could have been you, but they beat you. Don't let that happen.
That ain't happening.
No. Get out there and get it done. Good luck to y'all and your team. Congratulations on the win. See you next time.
All right. Thank you. Peace.
Fun interview there with Dominic. It's really cool, his real life racing. That's something I wish I could do, but I'm just stuck on a computer, huh? But anyways, that'll bring us to the end of our interviews and this episode. I hope y'all did enjoy it. And make sure to look out for our Monday broadcasts at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for our Cup races. Those are really fun. And then look out for the podcast episodes recapping on all the series throughout the week. And come back for some more driver interviews, which I'll have next Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.